Civitavecchia cruise port. This is the port that everyone says you're going to Rome. Yeah, Rome is 50 miles away from Civitavecchia. I found that out when I thought I was going to Rome. So in this video, I'm sharing with you, if you're coming to port in Civitavecchia, Italy, what is directly at port? Are there things to do there? What's helpful to know about this place? And then literally, if you want to go to Rome, how do you get there quickly and easily? All of that and more coming up. And if you're new here, ahoy, I'm Christine Lozada, and I want you to book your cruise with us. More info is in the description below. Most people miss it. Make sure you're being a smart traveler and price compare, even if you've already booked, to make sure you're getting a good deal. Let's talk about the first things to know once you get to Civitavecchia before you get off the ship. I have been here both embarking and disembarking, and I have also been here just at port. So let's start with where exactly are you? One of the first most helpful things to know is that where you are at the cruise port is not steps away from a bunch of things. This is a place where generally you have to take a bus in and out from the cruise ship out to the things of Civitavecchia, or the train or a car or a bus that will take you off to Rome or beyond. So just know that this is a spot that generally you need to take the shuttle. I was able to, on the day of embarkation, walk to the cruise, but it was not a short walk. It was a very hot walk. It was not a short walk, but depending on where your cruise is docked at Civitavecchia, one might be insanely far away and one might be closer. Because generally, the shuttles run very frequently, but not like so frequently all the time that's like, oh yeah, next one's in 2 minutes. You're gonna be waiting just a minute. And one of the other things that's helpful to know is I was here at port with Virgin Voyages, and when you get off, there's 2 shuttles. There's the shuttle that will take you to the downtown Civitavecchia area, and that's one shuttle. The separate shuttle, which at the time in which I sailed cost €6 per person, paid in cash, is taking you to the train station. That was amazing because I thought I was gonna have to take the downtown shuttle to go downtown, and then from downtown get in the taxi and then go to the train station and then take the train. It was great because I could just straight from the cruise ship pay €6 and then go directly to the train station. So that was fantastic. The other helpful thing to know is generally cruise ships will be here for a long time. So for example, I had come in at 7:30 a.m. so everyone could get off the ship early in the morning, and we were at port until an 8 p.m., 7:30 p.m., all aboard time. You basically had all day to go out and explore. So that's helpful to know. I didn't use that whole day because I was going off of the train schedule, which I'll share with you in a minute, but it's helpful to know that depending on how you get there, generally you're about a 90-minute transport to Rome from Civitavecchia port. Let's start with what's actually at the cruise port, right? Whether you take the downtown shuttle or go to the train. What to know about Civitavecchia? This is not I don't know, there's nothing to do there. It's not that kind of place. It's actually really pretty. And there's really cool like restaurants along the beach. There's some local beaches that many locals hang out at that you can just spend the day chilling at. If you are the type of traveler that just wants some relaxation, you want to go off and do a million things, there's enough to have a day off of the ship to enjoy yourself, see some sights, get some tasty food. When I had stayed overnight at the bed and breakfast, more info about that is in the description below. I have a whole video about it. I loved where I stayed. I thought the town was really cute. It was perfect for that short bit. So don't feel like, there's nothing to do in Civitavecchia. That's not the case. But I mean, Rome and a lot of the areas around that there's a lot of options available to you. And so going off to explore is what most people will do. But Civitavecchia itself, it's a pretty little place. Let me add one thing to that, and it will build into how I took the train into Rome with helpful tips around that. When I took the €6 per person shuttle to the train station, I made sure to let me just walk around the train station and get a feel for things. I had bought my tickets in advance. Many people will just show up and take the local train that is just whatever one's coming next. And most of those local trains require a transfer. So you get off the platform, get on the next train, It's not a complicated thing, especially if you've ever taken trains or subways before. But for me, I wanted a straight shot. I wanted to feel like I was on vacation, and I wanted a seat that was assigned. So I paid significantly more for my train ticket because I wanted a direct train and I wanted a seat. And so that was how I did it. But when I came to the train station, I looked around just to make sure, okay, there's only 5 platforms, but they're not all side by side. Some of them you have to walk underneath and go through the stair. I just wanted to get my bearings. There's a train, there's people who will help you, there's a ticket window, etc. It's a small place, but it was very packed while I was there. So I just wanted to understand. You can buy, again, your tickets there, whether with the people at the train station or through the kiosks. They also have a small shop. So whether you want to dine in the little restaurant that's over there or pick up some snacks for while you're on the train, get some water or something like that, that's available to you as well. Because I had already bought my tickets in advance and I had the info on my phone, I just knew which platform I was going to be on, knew what train I was going to be on, and I walked across the street. So across the street from the train station, there's a whole area that has a strip of restaurants that are looking out at the beach. And I went and sat on the beach for a while. It was really pretty. There were tons of locals there swimming, and it's a pretty place. I could imagine especially if I had drank a lot the night before, for example, I could imagine just chilling out on that beach all day and being a happy clam. In terms of getting to Rome, I see 3 options available to you. The first one is booking some kind of excursion through the cruise, right? That will take you directly to Rome, and actually, I mean, a lot of those excursions are literally just the ride to and from, which takes all the guesswork out of it because someone will literally lead you to where you need to go. That's a fantastic option. Also, generally, depending on this next one, the most expensive. The second one is via car. And so when I had flown into the airport, I had taken a private car to Civitavecchia. Not an inexpensive option, but obviously a very comfortable and a very direct option. The last one, which I'm referring to, is the train. And this doesn't mean it's gonna happen to you, but it's helpful to know that you wanna make sure you leave buffer room for the train. It just so happened that at the time in which I was in Italy, there was a train strike. And not the train I was on, but the train after mine that was cutting it a little bit close to all aboard time, ended up being delayed significantly. And 200 people were not going to make the cruise ship. That's a significant amount, significant enough that the cruise ship waited for those people to get back, and then we took off. So just know that keep in mind those train times as you are planning so that you can be a smart traveler. I'm actually gonna take you around Rome so that you can see what I did while I was there. But once I took the train into Rome, then I just very easily purchased one of the local metro tickets so that I wouldn't have to walk. You absolutely can start your journey walking from the Rome train station. But I really wanted to maximize my time, and to be honest, I'm on vacation, so I wanted to walk as little as possible. Helpful tip, they have Lime scooters, Uber scooters, like you could take the little bikes, like I could use my Uber app, and I did end up sharing a scooter with my boyfriend on the ride back. That was fun, especially with the cobblestone streets. It was an adventure. Anyway, I'm about to take you around Rome, but what I wanted to do was to do the most amount of sightseeing with the least amount of walking. And so I took the local train after the big train from Civitavecchia, and I took that just a couple stops so I could cut out the 20-minute walk to the Colosseum and just literally step out and be at the Colosseum. So let's head over to the Colosseum. Rome adventures, let's see what we can get up to, because we literally stepped off the metro and this is the first thing that's right there as you get off. I guess the name of the metro station is Colosseum, but the Colosseum is literally right outside the metro station. This is not an empty place. It is super busy here. And it's helpful to know that if you walk around the Colosseum, you basically spend around 20 to 30 minutes if you're just cruising around the outside of it. But if you want to go inside, that requires an additional set of tickets to be able to go inside. And you can, get a tour guide, et cetera. But if you just want to cruise outside, you can do that. Usually takes around 20 to 30 minutes. And then also don't miss what's on the other side, which is the Arch of Constantine. And that's what's right behind me here. But we are actually gonna walk over to this direction because, gosh, more cool stuff over there. Let's go check it out. All right, I'm not gonna lie, we probably walked about 10 steps and it is hot. Top tip, do not wear flip-flops, in my opinion. These are cobblestone streets, and some of the cobblestones are humongous. They're kind of hard to walk on. They're literally right around the corner from the Colosseum. So you can see over here, you got the Colosseum kind of on the other side over here. You can see it there. You got that other Arch of Constantine that we saw. On this side, as you walk up these cobblestone streets, you've got the temple. This is $20 to get in. So every place, you could probably do a Rome pass, but this is, if you pay individually, is $20. And then on this side, up the street, you have the Arch of Titus. So that's what you're seeing up here. But it basically, that's what's in this little section here. I mean, it's so rad because they're all just right next to each other. Look, my hair's super wild in. All right, let's go walk some more and find some adventures. Busy, hot, a lot of traffic, amazing sights. So you could get the Roma pass or pay the fee that gets you to the Colosseum, the Roman Forum, etc. And you can walk through where that Arch of Titans is at. But instead, the other alternative is just to walk on the main road, which I learned, helpful tip, you can take a Lime scooter or bike. It's kind of neat. Those are, the Uber rideshare scooters and bikes. And that will take you here, which is where we are now. Absolutely gorgeous. And there's just so much around. So over here, you have the Piazza Venezia, really, really pretty. You can see a ton of construction happening right now, but you have the column of Trajan kind of hiding over here. And we're gonna walk in this general direction and see what more adventures we can find. But it's been a really busy, hot day, but absolutely gorgeous. I stopped to go get some chestnuts. Totally out of season. I'm here in the month of July. Ooh. Not a month for chestnuts, but decided to get them anyway. One of my favorite things to eat as a kid. All right, let's go see what else we can find. What did I do after that? Well, first, if you're getting some value out of this video, cheers that like button, consider subscribing, and book your cruise with us. There's more info on that in the description below. We are experts in the cruise lines. What did I do after that? It was hot. I was here in the middle of summer. It was just like blazing hot. I jumped into an Uber Black, went to Soho House, a private club, and drank a lot of local white wine while cooling off in the air conditioning. I'm just being honest. So that was what the rest of the day looked like. I had a lot more planned, but it was hot. I had my neck fan with me. I had sunscreen. I had all the things to try to keep myself cool, but it gets hot in Rome. I'm just gonna put that out there. All right, that's Civitavecchia Cruise Port and your ticket to Rome. If you got some value out of this video, cheers that like button. And if you have a helpful tip, and if you did some research that might help someone else, add it in the comments below. I'm Christine Lozada. If you want more tips about embarking and disembarking at Civitavecchia, go watch that entire video. It's on the channel. And also, if you want to see the bed and breakfast that I stayed at, oh my gosh, I loved that place. Go check that out on the channel as well. This is part of an entire Europe Port Vlog playlist. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.